As we contemplate the fires, there's only so much that our brave first responders can do. And that's why I'm asking all Coloradans to be extra careful about fire safety right now.
Preventing man-made wildfires is essential. According to the National Park Service, nearly 85% of wildfires in the U.S. are caused by humans. And by following these tips, we can help save our forests from disaster. But Gregory Simon, a professor at the University of Colorado, who has devoted his life to studying fires, climate change, and human-environment relations, is warning why these fires are likely to get worse in the future.
The concern with climate change and a warming climate is that fires already are demonstrating that they are becoming more frequent, more intense. They are lasting longer, and they are being spread throughout almost the entire year. And so what that means is that fire is sort of an omnipresent, continual risk to society in both states like Colorado and around the region and around the world. We've always had fires, right? It's not like fires are new to Colorado. But the frequency of them, the size of them, the intensity of them, and the way in which they can occur all year long is problematic.
And the fires here could change the way our state looks forever.
If it's a really hot burn, and by that I mean there's a lot of vegetation, there's a lot of we call biomass on the landscape, there's a lot of stuff that can burn. That just creates more fuel, which burns more and hotter and spreads faster. And those fires, the landscape can take years and years and years, and probably will actually never recover back to what they were previously.
His solution? Figure out how to safely live with fires.
You know, when you choose to live in a place that historically has fires, you are inherently taking a risk. And so my recommendation for anyone doing that is to really participate in this kind of fire resilient community effort by reaching out to your neighbors, people down the road, figuring out what's the quickest evacuation route out of here if there is a fire, or where is the well that we can use if there's like a smoldering fire somewhere we can quickly put out the fire. So I think it's incumbent upon people in these areas to work together to understand that this is the new kind of normal. Fires are going to be happening. They always have, but they're actually getting worse and more common and more intense.
But for some people, living in fire-prone areas isn't necessarily a choice.
Because what I'm seeing in my own research is that the reason why people move out into these suburban areas and get put in harm's way is because, one, they're looking for second homes, amenity, they want to move out of the hustle bustle of the city, but also oftentimes new homes are being created actually for people who can't afford to live in the city. And so I think it's really important that cities like Denver and others make sure there's enough affordable housing in cities such that people are not forced to move out to the very, very edge of the city and live in a mobile home to be able to afford to live nearby to get to work each day. Because those are the homes actually that are at most at risk to fires. So there's a bit of city planning involved here as well, which really makes this topic fascinating to study.
So while it's important to prevent creating man-made disasters, there's still a lot more we can do to create a safer space for everyone. For Denver 7, I'm Lex Pincus.